Rose Murphy, and I volunteer at the Grass Valley Museum and Cultural Center.
I'm Lisa Redfern with Sierra College Press. And we're about to take you on a landscape journey through Nevada County's nonprofit organizations.
Nevada County is pretty unusual. We have a lot of nonprofits. I encourage you to join me in looking this up. You will be impressed. Right now, in 2025, we have 711 nonprofit organizations between Grass Valley, Nevada City, Penn Valley, and Rough and Ready. By comparison, the city of Redding on their Chamber of Commerce website only lists 74. While Rose and I were filming interviews for another project we're working on, I happened to see Harvard political scientist Robert Putnam in an interview. He wrote the book Bowling Alone. They recently came out with a documentary about it, and in essence what that is about, places where you have high civic engagement, which means you have a lot of volunteers working in the community, forming relationships. You have better trained people that go into your local city and county governments. Your civil society is better, your democracy is better, and we're healthier because we live longer and relationships are very good for us. So that's how we expanded into giving you a family portrait of our volunteers in the community.
I'm Alex Keeble-Toll. I am a lifelong resident of Nevada County. I've had the privilege of working in Nevada County in the community and to the benefit of the local environment in a variety of contexts, from volunteering at nonprofits on up through working at nonprofits to working in local government. And so I've been able to be engaged in a variety of issues that specifically impact our community and our county and the Sierra Nevada headwaters kind of at large. We've got so many amazing options in Nevada County for how to join part of something bigger than you. So on the wildfire mitigation front, I always think about our Firewise communities. You know, a Firewise community, joining one is a great way to not just be part of the wildfire mitigation solution, but to integrate yourself in your community, to know your neighbors, who's got kids, who's elderly, who has access to different types of resources, and how do you work together to make any kind of wildfire or winter storm situation more tenable for yourself as a community. If you're interested specifically in things like watershed health or water quality impacts, you know, Sierra Streams Institute, a local nonprofit, has a really robust citizen science program. You can go out, you can monitor water quality, you can learn all about benthic macroinvertebrates, or those little bugs that live in the bottom of streams, and maybe you become a better fisher person as a part of it, because now you know what a caddisfly is all about, right? The South Yuba River Citizens League, they do a fantastic job putting on the Wild and Scenic Film Festival every year. They spend thousands of hours, and volunteers spend thousands of hours poring over film submissions to curate something that just really like ignites action and curiosity amongst people. So if that's kind of what you're interested in. And then I think, you know, folks like BONC, they're out there stewarding all the trails for multi-benefits. Those trails can function as fire breaks. Those trails function as recreation assets. You know, we've got folks, you know, with the various equestrian clubs doing the same thing with horses. I mean, there are so many options for getting out in our community and finding a way to contribute to land stewardship and environmental causes, and also just to community building, to building those connections, to finding interest. Like, we're all here for a reason. We all moved to Nevada County or live here for a reason. And I like to think part of that reason is because of the people and the access that we have to being part of these different things that resonate with what interests us, but also allows us to be a force multiplier and be more than just us and be part of something bigger.
Hi, my name's Theo Aronow. I volunteer for Ghidotti, and I come here to Bell Hill Academy, and I volunteer in a 4th grade classroom with Maestra Colvin. It's important to me because I'm working with the dual immersion students, and I'm a former dual immersion student. Bell Hill has a unique global studies initiative where students are learning about countries from all over the world, and I just think that's really important because living here in Nevada County in America, where it's predominantly white, that there's a lot of isolation and students don't really get to experience other cultures. I think they're better prepared because they just go into life knowing about things. They're more inclusive and more tolerant of other people.
I'm Kayla Aaron, and I am 17. I'm a student at Nevada Union High School.
And I'm Karla Aaron. I'm Kayla's mom, and that is how I'm here right now. Came to me and told me that she signed us up for the first Yuba River cleanup in our family. Was that like 2nd grade?
Yeah.
Yeah, she came home and she had signed me up, and I went with her. And then later, when you were in 7th grade, you told me that you wanted to volunteer somehow with the Animal Save with Sammie's. And so I took her into Sammie's Thrift when you were in 7th grade, and I needed to go with you because you weren't 18.
Right.
I really enjoyed it. I sorted things in the back. And you learned how to do the cash register, talk with all the other volunteers. And I feel like 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, it was a good 20 to 30 hours a week in the summer.
I was pretty young, and I decided to save.
So what made you decide you wanted to do that with your money?
I just wanted the feeling of giving back to my community, making sure I feel like I'm part of my community.
Me going with you, because you needed me to, right. I never felt like you were doing it because you had to, or because you were trying to prove something or build a resume, if you will.
No, it was always something I wanted to do. Right now I want to study marine biology, but I want to join the Peace Corps at some point.
Hello, I'm Pat Chesnut, Director of the Searls Historical Library, a division of the Nevada County Historical Society. We have a large collection of books pertaining to the history of Nevada County here and original documents. One collection is from the Aaron Sargent estate. He was the first elected senator from California. 100 items in that collection. The rest of it is a long-time collection of historic documents, plus over 32,000 photographs of Nevada County. And this is important because it is the history of one of the most famous counties in the California area. And the gold rush was tremendous here. And the inventions made here, like the Pelton wheel and just everything else for mining operations, were critical to the operation of the mines all over the state and the country. So we have the records and we share them for the public.
My name's Dom Lindars. I'm a director of the Nevada County Historical Society, and I've been volunteering with the organization for a couple of years now. About a year ago, I took over running the website and helped modernize different aspects of the society. Beyond that, just in the last few months, we started a new project to start digitizing, scanning a lot of the historical records here in the Searls library. And this is a really important thing for the community because the goal of the Historical Society is to preserve and celebrate the history of Nevada County. And so in this day and age, what that really means is 100 years from now, do we still have the same original records that we have today? Will they be preserved? Will they be available for future generations? But also, it's about celebrating. And so, what better way to celebrate than actually by providing online access to people to these records? People can access them at home or from their place of work if they're researchers, and they can actually take a look at things, zoom in, change the contrast, really look at, and obviously everything. So we have a little bit of a task ahead of us. We have about 1 million pages of records and documents and maps. You can see some behind me. We have about 10,000 maps here. We have 30,000 photos. We have thousands of old court cases, tax records, all kinds of different things.
Hi, I'm Dakota Stroh, and I've been volunteering here at the Nevada County Historical Society for about the last 18 months. And my passion is for history, and I think an important part about taking pride in your community is learning about how it was built, and that's what I focus on. We still have a long ways to go, but we're making great progress. We can average on scanning 500 to 1,000 pages a day. Majority of it is available online the day after. We'll get it uploaded online right after we get it scanned and do quality control.
I'm Gary Griffith. I'm currently president of Wolf Creek Community Alliance. I have lived within this watershed, Wolf Creek watershed, for more than 20 years, 25 years, and been involved with the organization of Wolf Creek Community Alliance since they started the monitoring program. This place is my home, and I see this watershed connection as a way of understanding my being here. The Wolf Creek Roy Peterson Preserve, donated by the Peterson family, 58 acres in the lower watershed, has an amazing assemblage of plants that are growing on serpentine soils, because there's a big section of serpentine that goes right through the property. That is something you can access if you request a tour. You can come and you can see the place. What is easiest is actually to volunteer with us, because we have an ongoing restoration project in the riparian zone, 3-year project, and I was just monitoring with a woman who started working there. She's watering some of the plants that have been recently planted, and so there's lots of scope for people to be involved in volunteering. Our starting point for this preserve is, as the donors wished it to be, as a place that is kept very much having its own space, free to be natural and wild and largely undisturbed. There's places, and there should be more places, where we can walk whenever we want and go bicycling, and this trail is a beautiful example of that. This preserve is a place where we're keeping it more secluded.
I'm Jeannie Wood, Executive Director of the Community Asian Theater of the Sierra, also known as CATS. CATS' mission is to promote diversity in the arts, mainly Asian-themed theater, events, and workshops. And we've been around since 1994, so this is our 30th year, and we're still going strong, a little bit tired at times, but we're very happy to be in the community and serving the community and bringing to the community wonderful, thoughtful stories, and many of them rooted in history.
Do you have to be Asian to participate?
Oh no, anybody can participate with CATS. Our product is Asian themed, but we welcome anybody who's interested in Asian arts and activities and theater. Well, I'm passionate about CATS because I love arts and culture, and I'm Chinese American, so I like to do things that help me discover more of who I am and my people and Asian people. And I know that in Nevada County, there's not a whole lot of Asians living here now, although historically we've had thousands of Chinese living here. So it's been a wonderful adventure and journey for CATS to unearth meaningful stories that celebrate the Chinese and the Asians in the Sierra. And we're here to honor them and their legacy.
My name is Bonnie Chase, and I volunteer at the Interfaith Food Ministry. And what they do is they take excess foods from grocery stores or things that are at their pull date, which means they're still good, but they can't be sold. And then they also collect foods from other various areas, and from donations they get some staples, and then they redistribute that food to people who need it or want it. So people who live in the county, whoever you are, you can come and you can pick up a certain amount of food every given amount of time. And I like it so much because it's efficient. It provides a very necessary need for the community. I think that when people are fed, they're safe, and it's just basic, and I love how it works so well. And I love working for volunteers. You always get the best colleagues that way.
My name's Betty Jean Spatafor, and I'm the archivist here at the Grass Valley Museum and Cultural Center. I started about 2 years ago, and I came in to catalog the items within the collection and try to straighten out the paperwork and put them into a computer system so that we have a digital archive of our collection.
Chris Ward. I'm a volunteer here at the Grass Valley Museum and St. Joseph's Cultural Center. Archaeologist for my day job, and my role here at the museum is to start the digitization of a lot of the photography and other ephemera that was within the collection of the museum.
One question I have is, you have some very special equipment being an archaeologist and tools that you brought down here, and there were several discoveries that were new because of what you were able to find with your equipment.
Yeah, well basically we sent a camera on the end of a fiber optic cable. I don't like they use at a medical, like an endoscope basically, and we sent it down behind these walls that you see here, because what you're looking at now, it looks like an interior basement wall, but it's part of a structure that leads up to these stairs here that are solid rock that leads to the outside. This is the exterior door. And it needs love and attention, and any exposure to that need, I think, would be helpful.
My name is Marnie Marshall. I'm the volunteer coordinator at KVMR. KVMR fosters civic engagement. It gives a voice to the community. It celebrates the music of the world. That's what KVMR does.
My name is Dave Barnett. People around here call me Buzz, and that's been a nickname for a while because there's just too many Daves in the world. And I am the engineer at KVMR Radio. A lot of my day is answering questions from the broadcasters about how to run the equipment, and of course taking care of and maintaining that equipment to make sure that the signal gets out over the web and over the various frequencies that we use. Listen for 2 weeks and tell me you don't agree, because there is a huge variety of people here who are passionate about the music. They're informed and they stay informed, and they know something about a genre that chances are you don't. And they can put together something that cannot be matched on a YouTube playlist. It cannot be matched by any kind of an AI algorithm or anything else. It is a real creative human putting together a radio show. And by the way, there's somebody to answer the phone almost 24/7. Once in a while there's recorded playback, but pretty much all the time. If something happens, there's a live body in the studio to check it out and figure out what's going on and let you know. And that is pretty much unique. You don't get that at radio stations, even in San Francisco.
My name is Virginie Wilson. I've been volunteering here for at least 4 years. It's been a great experience. I spent 4 years on the board. This board was organized. They got the work done. Everybody was happy to volunteer for various jobs. We didn't fight. We didn't complain. So it was a really enlightening experience in that sense. KVMR does emergency broadcasting, and I think that's one of the most, if not the most important thing that KVMR contributes to the community. I mean, what would we do without that? When we're in trouble, there are people who are living by themselves, and they depend on this station to tell them what's happening in a crisis. And we really do it. We really do help people.
Community radio is unique and rare, and we want to keep it going for as long as we can. Very important to have a non-commercial community radio station in your community. And we've been doing it for 45 years, and we want to keep going.
was donated to the Historical Society, and we had retired machinist Ralph Lacey, a very, very talented guy, brought this thing in here, and he painted what needed to be painted, polish would need to be polished, oil would need to be oiled, and got this thing going, and it just runs like a Swiss watch. Maybe we should call it a German watch, because Ralph Lacey was a retired German machinist. Fantastic guy. Up on Mill Street, dating back into the 1800s, run by Elam Biggs. He sold all kinds of things that were ready-made all over the world, and he would sell them to the miners. Then he sold the hardware store to the Jones family, and 3 generations of Jones ran that store. And when the store shut down, Glenn Jones, who is responsible really for this whole museum, donated all this stuff out of the back room, and just all kinds of little things they used to sell. People could actually, if they have chickens and they sell eggs, they can make their own egg carton. This is a cash register. In the morning, all the balls would be in the center, and if you sell an item, say 10 cents, you take a ball and you put in the hole up there for 10 cents. And you do that all day long, and then you count the balls in the different troughs there, and that will tell you how much money you made at the end of the day.
Whether you can donate a few hours or make a long-term investment, your involvement truly makes a difference. Together, as a community, we have the power to create a lasting change. Choose an area that resonates with your values and interests, and take those first steps towards making an impact in Nevada County today.